All right, what's up, guys? Stephen Guadani here with 512 Sports Science. We got Sean doing his his step throws, his side-to-side med ball throws, and his front leg extension drills. So let's take you into it, Sean. So initially, I'm trying to stop it right on it. Come on, work with me today. All right, so initially, good job of holding torsion, all right, in that back leg. I think you're doing a pretty good job of sitting into that hip flexion, doing a lot better with that. We still get, as you start moving more forward and down, this back knee kind of starts to collapse. So still seeing just hip mobility issues in that back leg, but it's looking like it's getting better. All right, so let's go forward. Okay, so here's just before foot strike. So you start to open, and it kind of looks like your leg is still down here. This back knee starting to collapse in. So you kind of, it just became a broken position on that drive leg. This front foot is fully open. So this is kind of what we talk about. This is the when we're talking in text. When your front foot opens, that should be signaling, hey, it's time to power hip rotation. It's time to drive that back leg through. It's called foot sync. So as soon as this front foot starts to open, your back leg drive should be going, okay, I got to start powering this hip through so I can land with a hip open position into front foot strike. So let's get you into front foot strike. All right, here's front foot. Ankle still isn't kicked all the way through. Back hip just looks a tiny bit late. Trunk positioning. See if I can get a straighter line than that. Let's do this. Gosh, I'm struggling here. Here we go. All right, so a little bit of early trunk tilt, but not too bad. I think the shoulders, back my drawing. I think the shoulders are in a great position. Delayed. Still just got to do a better job powering those hips through. I think it's a great job of landing in flexion off of the front leg. So let's see how you extend that front leg and what happens. All right. All right, here's ball release. So still slight flexion in the front leg. Pretty vertical trunk here. So ideally, more front leg extension, more forward trunk tilts into that pitch release. All right, let's go to the next one. Here's your side to sides. All right, so less flexion off the back hip on this one, which is kind of, that's unusual. I feel like in your drills, usually this is your best one at sitting into flexion. On this day, definitely on your side-to-side, or I'm sorry, on your shuffle throws, it looked like you were sitting into a lot more flexion and holding torsion. So let's see how you go forward. Okay, so not terrible. I think you're holding torsion here. Let's see you go forward. All right. So now you started to lose that torsion position. All right, I don't think you're sitting into very much flexion of this back hip. Foot is still down, so you haven't started driving. We're starting to open up that front side. All right, here's just before. So you're gonna see it's just gonna be a really late back leg drive here. So you can see pelvis is still completely closed. Back foot is still in the ground. All right, your back knee is really started to collapse in here. Shoulders are in a good position, but you're just not going to get a lot from that back leg. You're about to hit foot strike. All right, so there's foot strike. Back heel's down. This pelvis isn't going to be all the way through. You're going to be early trunk tilting. Yeah, so more early trunk tilts on this one than on the last one. Probably less, since you're early trunk tilting too, you're going to have less separation here, both because of this back hip isn't as driven through, and it looks like you're starting to get more into your trunk rotation on this throw. So we're going to be less separation. Also looks like here not as good of a front leg position as your shuffle throw. So your stride kind of got hurt, and that's most likely because of the just lack of back leg power and drive. When you get a good back leg power and drive, it's going to set your front leg up into a better position, increase that stride length. It's just more force through the ground. It's just going to get your more energy to your front leg, put your front leg in a better position, and then help with the sequencing. Let's see here. Let's go into your shoulder rotation and forward, and go back one frame. Yeah, come on. Just gonna have to ride it through. Alright, so it looks like you're about to hit pitch release here. Alright, there's ball release. So we're kind of missing a frame here, but somewhere in between there, you were still it looked like at ball release you were still in a lot of flexion. This is slightly after ball release, so maybe a little bit better front leg extension here, but still a pretty vertical trunk. So again, it's just that back leg is the key, just to get more energy into the front leg, get more hip to shoulder separation, etc. So let's go to your front leg extension drills. So here's ball release. So still a ton of flexion in the front leg here, but much better forward trunk tilts. Just got to get faster off of this extension. That extension is just too late, and forward trunk tilts are pretty good, but just need to get more power, more extension out of that front leg, and start blending that in to your side to sides and your shuffle throws. All right.